Mega Man 2 for the Game Boy, the only Game Boy game of Mega Man that was forgotten in time for one reason or another. But why? Hi guys, Mega Cartman here, and today we're going to be reviewing Mega Man 2 for the Game Boy, one of the most destructive Mega Man games for the franchise in itself and for the fans. Why is that? Let's find out right now. Mega Man 2 for the Game Boy. Many consider this game the worst, and I mean the worst in the franchise. Let's see here. 4.5 out of 5. Worst. Though I have to be honest with you, I actually enjoyed that game. Yes, I actually enjoyed the game. It was one of the first Mega Man games I played. In case you're wondering, the first one I played was Mega Man 9, but that's beside the point. I did enjoy that, and I'm gonna tell you why people hate it, and why people like me enjoy it. In case you're wondering, I'm like one of the few in the like minor group of people who enjoyed it. Beside the point, let's get down into business. The biggest reason people hate Mega Man 2 on the Game Boy is not really the game itself, it's the soundtrack. People say it sounds like a dying like cat or person or something, or like a screeching like chalkboard. Like if you ever heard those, they're annoying. They're really annoying. I can't really say I blame the songwriters for how they chose to make the songs, because the Game Boy was very restricted with what kind of music, quote-unquote instruments you could put into it. So I guess I could kind of see that, but I mean, when you have like the first Mega Man game doing quite a good job at remaking the first Mega Man songs, it sounds decent. But when you're adding a new soundtrack, you really gotta work around the bugs and stuff with the Game Boy, which I can understand. But seriously, it still sounds terrible. Honestly, if you wanted to play it with the music on, don't just pop in earbuds and listen to something on your phone or something like that. It will save your soul and your ears. Gameplay wise, Mega Man 2 for the Game Boy is not bad. It's just a lot slower and more clunky, I guess, in a sense, if that made any sense. It's just different than the NES versions. It takes a lot of getting used to if you're a big fan of the NES or any of the classic Mega Mans. The Game Boy is in Mega Man 7 in the sense that it's kind of like bigger sprites and smaller screen. However, it's not really hard to get used to the controls. And plus the gameplay, like level design and item drop rate, it keeps the game very balanced. Not like, oh, this is annoying. Like, anyone remember Boobeam Trap from NES Mega Man 2? There's nothing like that. There's no boss or anything that requires you to have a certain weapon or anything. Like, it's almost like a Mega Man for beginners, but for like players who like play Mega Man in intervals of time. It's always one of those games, I guess, that you kind of like look back on, if you forget the music, of course, and you kind of like play it every now and again. It's unique in that sense. As for the plot of Mega Man 2 for the Game Boy, I think it's like it was the first Game Boy game of Mega Man with a plot. It was really something. So, well, of course you had to read in the stupid instruction manual. It wasn't actually in game, but from what I remember, this is how it went. So, Dr. Wily got sick and tired of not being able to beat Mega Man. So for some reason, he travels in the future and then captures that Mega Man, brings it back in time, and then he nerfed him into like this bounty hunter on a pogo stick. Don't ask me how to pronounce the pogo stick weapon. I think it's called Sago Carne, but I could be wrong. I call it sack of balls. Seriously, no one wants a pogo stick for a weapon unless it like got you to higher places. But I mean, you already had Rush Coil in that game, so it was kind of pointless. That carnival with the guy on the pogo stick was the greatest thing I've ever seen. That's it! I'll make my robot Quint have a pogo stick. That pesky Megaman will never know! All in all, I think it's just a bunch of minor flaws that make Mega Man 2 the least favored of the Game Boy games. It's still fun, it's just there are better. That's all I have to say. For this ranking, I will say, don't search for it, but play it if you can. And that is all for this edition of Mega Cartman Reviews. I will see you all next time, with whatever comes to mind, I guess. Have a good rest of your day, unless it's night, of course. Go to bed.